And I do Beyonce's laugh. She be laughing like this.
From being rude to interviewers to admitting to crimes, here's our list of the 5 worst things celebrities have ever said in interviews. Starting off, we have O.J. Simpson. In 2018, a shocking lost Fox interview with former football star O.J. Simpson was released. In the 2006 interview, he talked about the deaths of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ronald Goldman, for which he was tried and acquitted. In the interview, O.J. recounts the night of the crime in detail, talking only in hypotheticals, but skipping over parts he didn't recall. Yeah. Okay. He describes a scenario in which he and his friend Charlie pull up to his ex-wife's house with a weapon. They got into a verbal altercation when Ronald arrives, and Nicole comes out and demands that OJ and Charlie leave. OJ remembers her falling and him grabbing the weapon. Now OJ claims that he does not remember anything that happened after this point and laughs, reminding the interviewer that the situation is purely hypothetical. But sure, that man was innocent. Like, he just admitted to it and nothing happened, which is just crazy. Moving on to Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen, who starred on 2.5 Men, was one of the highest paid actors on television. Now that was until he went off the deep end. In 2011, Charlie didn't help his career by giving a string of bizarre interviews defending his past. He called his critics some words I can't say here on Facebook, and vowed to sue CBS and Warner Bros. For canceling his hit TV sitcom. He told NBC's Today that his former employers would have to beg him to return and increase his pay from $2 million to $3 million per episode because of the psychological distress they caused. "I'm tired of pretending I'm not special," he told NBC's Jeff Rosen. "I'm tired of pretending like I'm not a total freaking rock star from Mars, and people can't figure me out, they can't process me. I don't expect them to, you can't process me with a normal brain," he said. Then in an interview with Andrea Canning of ABC News, Charlie claimed to be clean and sober while also proclaiming that he had tiger blood. He announced that he was not bipolar and that he was bi-winning. He then claimed that he had taken more illegal substances than anyone could to survive, and when asked if he was disgusted by his past partying, he replied, "No, I'm proud, it was radical." Yeah, that's just not a good look. Next up is Kanye West. Kanye West has had a lot of shocking interviews, but one of the craziest things was a 2018 TMZ interview. Now, Kanye went on TMZ Live in an attempt to explain his experiment with free thought, a concept he was practicing on his Twitter account. During the chaotic interview on everything from mental imprisonment to his liposuction procedure and resulting opioid addiction, this led up to a messed up comment about slavery. His exact quote from the headline-making interview was, "When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sound like a choice. Like you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all." Now, the statement was so objectively outrageous, a TMZ staffer named Van Laughing called Kanye out on the spot. Afterward, the rapper took to Twitter to clarify his remarks. In a series of since deleted tweets, he attempted to explain that he was referring to mental enslavement. Then there's Jesse Eisenberg. In 2013, Jesse Eisenberg did an interview with Romina Pugga promoting his new film Now You See Me. Now, the interview started out rough, but it seemed like Jesse and Romina were both being sarcastic and dry to each other on purpose. Now, this included Jesse insulting her, saying he wouldn't want to find her in a crowd and that she was the carrot top of interviewers. Now, it seemed like the two were in on it, but afterwards Romina said that she felt that the 5-minute interview was more like self-esteem butchering and called him an obnoxious person. Now, Jesse was widely slammed on social media for the interview, in which he came across as arrogant and was seen mocking the journalist's questions. Jesse said that he had different memories from the interview, as he found it to be quite fun though. "I remember she was laughing. Even after she left, I said to the people in the room, what a relief. Like, that was the most funny, interesting interview I had all day. She said I made her upset. It was like the exact opposite of what my experience was." Jesse said there are people who found the interview quite funny, saying, "Listen, I would never want to upset somebody, and if I did upset her, obviously I would have acknowledged that," he added. And lastly, we have David Letterman. Now, this isn't really what he said, but what he did. In 1998, Jennifer Aniston was on The Late Show with David Letterman, and the interview was going great until things took an unexpected turn when the host paused their conversation situation and said, "Forgive me, this is rude, I just want to try one thing." Letterman then scooted his chair behind Jennifer, put his hand on her shoulder, and attempted to put a piece of her hair in his mouth. Now the actress squealed and asked what he was doing, and instead of answering, Letterman sucked the strand until it dropped from his mouth. He then handed Jennifer a napkin to dry her hair. "I'm sorry," he said, adding, "something to do with the steam room." Letterman joked that they'd edit out the moment, and Jennifer replied, "That was something I'll never forget." Now when Jennifer appeared to be shaken in the minutes that followed, Letterman told her she seemed traumatized. She responded, "I am." Now this clip has resurfaced on the internet and fans are disturbed and creeped out about it. And honestly, I am too. Why did he think that was okay or appropriate? It is just horrible. Well, that's all for our list of the 5 worst things celebrities have ever said in interviews. Now some of these were crazy. It seems like some celebrities need to realize that these moments are being filmed and are kept online forever.